Welcome back to another episode of The Water's Edge. Today we are doing something that I have never done before, and that is going to be jigging for catfish. Just got off work and I drove up to Fletcher's Cove on the upper Potomac River in D.C. and I'm going to spend the afternoon trying to jig up some flatheads, possibly some blue catfish. You never know, you also have a chance at walleye, smallmouth bass, striped bass. You really never know what you're going to get into over here. I've got about 4 hours to fish. This is going to be a little bit of a learning curve for me. I hit up Chad Koenig. He is a captain. He runs Dog Days Fishing. He fishes the upper Potomac in DC from March through May. He's a local expert, so asked him for some advice. He gave me some great tips for jigging up here, kind of gave me some spots to try. Flatheads are going to be in deeper water. The other species are going to be spread throughout the river. I'm going to start fishing upriver of Fletcher's and see if we can catch a few fish that way, and then I can always move around and try a few different spots. But I'm looking forward to this. I'm probably going to be fishing in 40 to 50 feet of water to start. I can also try some shallower spots. It's a beautiful day. It's about 65 degrees and sunny, light winds, river's running low and clear. It should be perfect jigging conditions. Never caught a flathead. I would love to check that off the list today, and also never caught a blue catfish on the jig, so see if we can maybe check both of those off. But I'm going to push up to my first spot, try fishing, go from there. Water temps are 56.5, and it's still pretty chilly on the water, but right now it is it's nice and warm. So like I said, to start, I'm just going to throw out this Shimano Current Sniper jerkbait. It's a great searching bait. It only dives down a couple feet, but these catfish and stripers and stuff will come up and eat bait fish off the surface here. So while I'm moving and setting up my first drift location, I'm just going to cast this out, see if we can't get a bite on this. Not really expecting to get bit, but you never know. When these shad and herring move up here, these catfish, these stripers, all the game fish up here get really aggressive and are just gorging themselves. So might as well cast and see what we can get. I'm going to be keeping an eye on my fish finder. Actually don't know what side scan is going to look like. The bottom is very rocky, so as you can see, a lot of rocks. It's going to be hard to pick fish out, but so let's change our view here and go out a little bit. We'll go out to 80 feet. Actually, we'll keep it at 70. Bottom's very rocky. It's gonna be hard to see, so I'm gonna go back to our regular down scan. There we go. Keep an eye on that. And like I said, we're gonna start by going upriver, try there. I'm gonna go ahead and reel this jerkbait in and get ready to start jigging bottom. I'm gonna start out throwing a 6-inch mad eel. This is a hot pink color, and the jig head is a 2 1/3 ounce. So enough to get down to bottom. The river's not flowing too fast. I could probably downsize the jig head a little bit, but I want to make sure that I'm maintaining contact with bottom, so I'll stick with the little bit heavier jig to start. Hopefully this hot pink is the ticket. If not, I've got a couple other colors I can try, more natural colors. And again, I'm fishing with my Okuma SRT Inshore Elite. This is a medium fast, medium rod paired with a Inspira 3000. So really like this setup. It's been great for stripers, and want to try it for some flatheads. So we'll drop this down. We'll just go nice and slow. Current's moving pretty slow here. Should just be a nice easy drift. I'm in 30 foot now. Should drop off to 50 or 60. There was a nice deep hole behind me. All right guys, I switched over to my 2 1/4 ounce jig head with my 7-inch Invincible soft plastic. Oh, buddy. Whoa. Okay. Big fish on. Big fish on. I don't know what it is, but it thumped it. My guess is probably a big catfish. What kind, I don't know. Oh, he's just sticking down. Yeah, this fish does not want to come up. It's just digging. Wow. I think we got a big fish. I don't think, actually. I know we got a big fish. Okay. How big is the question? definitely thinking catfish with the way that it's fighting. Just kind of staying down. Oh wow. What is it? Oh, big old flathead. Big old flathead. Big flathead, wow. That's a giant. That's a big flathead. Come on. Got him right in the top of the lip. Actually, get these fish grips ready. Oh, wow. Big flathead. I mean, that's a big one. It's not a giant. I know there's 50-pounders in here. Come on. Okay, there he goes. There's some bait down there. Just marked some bait. I might just be able to lip this fish. I can keep his head up. Oh, he's not ready yet. Come on, fish. I have no idea what I would do if I hooked like a freaking 50-pounder. I've seen them 50 pounds out of here. I don't know if I want to tussle with a 50-pounder. I got him. I got him. All right, you guys ready to see a beast? Oh my God. Check out that freaking giant flathead. That's awesome. That's exactly what I came out here to do. It only took me about 15 minutes. Let me see if I can pop this jig out. Oh, absolutely inhaled the 2-ounce Invincible jig head with the 7-inch Invincible soft plastic. Oh, check out that freaking giant beauty. Huge fish right here. This is so cool. That was a lot of fun. How about that for a first species? Big old flathead. This is sweet. All right, I'm gonna get this guy back in the water. Okay. I gotta send a picture to my co-workers. I left work just a little bit early today to go fishing and gotta send them a picture. All right, we're gonna say goodbye to this one and get back to fishing. Woo! That was so much fun. All right, let's get another one. That was so cool. Always got to make sure and check your line after fighting a fish of that caliber, especially with rocky bottom. They do tend to fray your line. I think I'm all right though. All right, guys. Well, first fish in the kayak. That's absolutely incredible. I couldn't ask for a better fish to catch. You know, for my first flathead. I don't even know what to say right now. I'm just super excited about that. But I don't know how much that fish weighed. My guess is 20-ish pounds. I'm not exactly sure, but it fought really hard. So flathead catfish are actually invasive to both DC and Maryland. State agencies recommend removing them from the waters if you catch them. I don't really have a good way to transport a fish that big in my kayak. I also don't really want to eat a flathead, so I did release it. You're not required to kill invasive species in DC or Maryland or Virginia for that matter. So you can let them go. You just cannot transport them live. If you're going to keep them, you got to kill them on site. But this section of the Upper Potomac is known for having some flatheads. It's got a lot of big blue catfish, and a lot of guys that come up here and target the flatheads release them. But you know, it's up to you. They are invasive, so it probably would be good to kill them and remove them for native species, but don't really have a good way to do that in the kayak. Let's get back to fishing. Alright guys, we're going to set up for another drift here. Starting in about 28 feet of water. I actually need to get off this side of the river just a hair, but the problem is I got some people fishing on the other side. I don't want to get too close to them. Got to give them some room to fish, you know. So we're going to start here, about 27 feet of water, and we will drift back with the current. Hopefully pick up another fish. There he is. Nope, that's a snag. That's gonna be a lost jig head. Oh well, it's part of the game. Hopefully I got my leader back. I did, okay. All right, I got this box of all Fish Lab mad eels. Why don't we try a big dog, try something heavy like this. Go with a 2 1/4 ounce 8-inch bait. It's part of the game with jigging these rocks. There's probably some trees and stuff down there too that I can't see. So it just is what it is. That's why you got to bring plenty of tackle. You're going to be fishing stuff like this. All right guys, I'm making a move about a half mile downriver. I caught that one huge flathead, but that was I think the only bite that I got. I might have had one other that came unplugged, but I'm going down about a half mile and gonna jig around here in anywhere from 25 to 45, 50 foot of water. I think I'm gonna start deeper and then work my way back up this way. I got about 2 hours left to fish. If I mark any other stuff like shad or perch or anything that looks interesting, I do have a few metal jigs that I can tie on and drop down, but we're gonna start down here and hopefully pluck a few more fish. Whoa, 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 big fish. Big fish. Wasn't expecting that. Oh, and I got crew members running all around me. I'm gonna have to back up here. This is fighting a lot different than the first fish. I'm not sure what we have here. It's a catfish. He's wrapped up. Oh, big blue cat. That's not a bad one. This one's got a lot more spunk in them.
Oh, hell yeah, man.
Appreciate it.
How many pounds is that?
This one's probably, let's see.
Yo, open up. Wow, there it is.
He's probably, I don't know, 10 or 15. I caught one that was like 25 pounds earlier. Yeah. What's up?
Earlier today or earlier?
Yeah, earlier today.
Wow.
This one's a blue catfish. I caught a flathead catfish earlier. But yeah, it's a pretty good one.
Congrats, man.
Appreciate it. Yeah, this is,
Are you gonna eat it or just really?
I'm gonna let it go. A lot of people do eat them.
Do you want to take it over here, pop it in my boat? Yo,
Do you guys want it?
I'll take it. We're good.
Yeah.
Wait, I have a question. I'll keep it for catfish. You drop the bait all the way down to the bottom.
Yeah, so like I'm using an like a jig and just jigging it along bottom.
Okay.
A lot of guys will use cut bait like eel or gizzard shad. They'll just like cut the bait up and then
You just drop it all the way down.
put it on like a hook like that and just drop it all the way to the bottom.
Got it. You just move it a little bit.
Yeah, but dude, the catfish in the river here get up to like 80 pounds.
That's so
Like this is a small one. So yeah.
That's really cool. That's awesome.
Yeah, so I'm gonna let this guy go, but he'll be on my YouTube channel.
Oh,
What's your YouTube channel?
What's my YouTube? It's called The Water's Edge. I make fishing videos, so
are we gonna be in it?
if you guys want to be,
I'm down.
I can edit you out if you want.
Listen there.
But yeah,
Congratulations. Yeah.
thanks, man. God, it's been kind of a slow bite, but this is actually my first time fishing up here.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Around here?
Yeah, I work in DC, but I've never, well, I've shad fished up here, but I've never taken my kayak out up here. But I was like, the river's
Great day too.
gorgeous. I'm like, it's gonna probably rain sometime soon. The river's gonna get high, so might as well take the kayak out. But I appreciate the round of applause.
That was awesome.
Yeah. All right, you guys have a good day. All right, guys. Second fish of the day is probably about a 15-pound blue catfish. That was awesome. Wasn't really expecting that fish to hit the jig in about 20 foot of water, but had the crew team watching me, cheering me on, so that was pretty cool. Definitely appreciate the round of applause for them. So gonna get back here and take a few more casts. That one actually hit the 6-inch bait on the 2-ounce mad eel, so definitely some fish around. I'm marking a few on the screen now. All right, getting back to right where I hooked that blue cat. Kind of drifting a little bit fast. I'm not sure if that tide picked up or not, but that fish absolutely crushed it. We're gonna keep working this shoreline here. Kind of jigging bottom. That fish hit it in about 15 feet of water, I think. I'd have to double check, but just kind of fishing up along this bank. Definitely a sheer rock wall. There could be fish just kind of sitting up against this waiting for bait fish or other stuff to kind of funnel and get pushed along it. But that fish was sitting there ready to ambush, and he had some friggin' fight to him. He fought way harder than the flathead did. Now that the crew members are moving downriver, I should have enough space where I can get out into a little bit deeper water and try and jig for some flatheads. They're probably gonna be sitting a little bit deeper than this. I don't really expect them to be sitting in 20 foot, although they could be, but I know that the flatheads tend to like a little bit deeper water. Just gonna keep casting up against this rock wall, let that jig get down to bottom, kind of work it from there. All right, guys, we're on with a fish. It's been kind of slow recently, but I just had a hit and I just hooked up with another fish. I don't know what this one is, but it feels decent. Haven't seen it yet. My guess is a blue cat. Yep, blue catfish. Well, unfortunately my GoPro battery died right as I caught that third fish, but I had a hit and then caught that, I don't know, 5 to 8 pound blue cat. Yeah, GoPro of course dies right as I'm getting ready to land that fish, but I'm gonna reset my drift right where I got both of those bites at and hopefully pluck a few more fish. I'm only gonna fish for maybe another half hour. As you can see, the sun is setting, but we're gonna get back fishing, hopefully catch another one. Well, I am on the way home, just got off the water and had a pretty decent trip. I definitely could have caught more fish, but I'm more than happy with that big flathead I caught and the couple other blue catfish. And I definitely missed a few bites. There was a few times where I had fish on and they just got off. I think when that lure was falling, they were hitting it then and I just wasn't getting a great hook set in. But you know, for never doing that, I couldn't have asked for a better trip. That was just so much fun. Getting out on the river, seeing a new body of water, and catching some big fish. So if you guys enjoyed that, please make sure to like the video. Let me know your thoughts. Do you want to see me do some more light tackle jigging for catfish? I mean, the opportunity is there, and we're coming into some of the best weeks of the year to get out and do it. So I'm leaning towards getting out and doing it again, but let me know if you guys want to see more of that content. Definitely wouldn't mind getting out and jigging up some flatheads. So thank you guys for watching. I will see you guys for the next episode of The Water's Edge.